I still fucked it up. Went to the wrong scene because we're down a person. But
Imagine
everyone,
that.
imagine that. He might pop in at some point. I told him to join if he gets done doing whatever he's doing, probably cooking or some bullshit.
Press
Microwave
X to doubt.
microwave corn dogs. But I told him to join. He probably won't. So might just be us three for episode. Anybody know?
40.
That was last week.
41.
41. Dustin got it. Okay. Episode 41 of Road Club Wrestling. We are back. Like I said, we had. Oh, if you got. And for the people, I don't know who watches wrestling stuff, but not the other stuff. We did upload some other stuff a couple days ago on the channel for our movies, TV, entertainment thing that we're doing here. So we got a couple trailer reactions that we uploaded. But this one is all, as you can see on the screen, is all about some pro wrestling.
Me.
Yes.
Basically.
I seen a TikTok before we started recording. Start the story off here. And it's funny Joey's not here because he's basically our Jim Cornette. I seen a TikTok before I started recording. And it was actually a cool thing from Jim Cornette. It was him explaining pro wrestling. Like if you were to explain pro wrestling to people that don't watch pro wrestling. And basically said, imagine you're driving down the street. Okay. And you see two guys fighting on the side of the street. You see a big guy and a little guy fighting. And that big guy, he's kicking the shit out of this little guy. And so you start to get kind of behind that little guy. Like, man, this little guy, I hope he gets... that big guy, he's big. I ain't getting in it. But hopefully that little guy... And then the little guy comes back. He starts kicking the shit out of the big guy. And you're like, oh, hell yeah. Fuck that big guy, you know? It's like, let's get this little guy. And he's like, now take that. And imagine you pay $5, $10 for it. And so you start being invested in it. Now you put that with people that you like, people that you know. And he's like, now you're paying for it. Now you're invested. Now this person's doing this for you. That's pro wrestling. I was like, hey, that was actually pretty good. I probably missed a couple things in there, but pretty much sums it up with what he said. So that's how Jim Cornette explains pro wrestling.
You probably forgot to mention the venue, and the venue was a Wendy's drive-thru.
Yeah. That's also probably true. It's like, imagine you're at a Wendy's, okay? Dairy Queen.
That's funny.
But yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty good. I don't know where it came from. It was just a random TikTok I'd seen. It was like it was some kind of interview he did. But yeah, that's where. So, did anything good happen in wrestling this week?
Well, I mean, it's pretty much a light week.
I think we're in that lull right now of like,
yeah,
it's kind of, we're waiting for the next thing to happen.
Right. So, I mean, I could give some updates, but let's start here. What do you guys want to know?
Is MJF going face?
So
'cause that's what it fucking looks like to me.
It looks like it, but I also feel like he's more very vigilante-esque, really, if you think about it. Anti-hero-ish.
Almost Stone Cold-ish. That's always the comp. When you say anti-hero, that's always the comp.
Yeah.
I see where it's different, but that's always usually the first thing people say. Oh, you mean like Stone Cold?
But here, you know, what we saw last night on Dynamite, and how he's fired the firm and the firm beat its ass basically afterwards.
Bro, Morrissey is fucking jacked. If he was that jacked in WWE, he would have been WWE champion.
Oh yeah, he would have.
100%. If he looks like what he looks like now in WWE, he'd have been champion for sure.
Yes.
They'd have fucking kicked Enzo to the curb and fucking just pushed him to the moon.
Yep. I think they could be playing the angle where, not Kurt Angle, where, the firm beat MJF's ass, but that's part of his plan.
But then they're going to put him through a table. Because I would say the same thing, but I feel like they went a little...
I mean, you got to sell it, right?
That's true.
I mean, MJF is old school heel.
Yeah.
So if you're going to fucking go ride this train, you gotta go all in, right? So I think in the end, we've got Full Gear as the next pay-per-view. It's already been announced, MJF versus Moxley for the AEW World Championship. I think in his old devilish style, MJF, with the help of the firm, will likely be the new champion. So I think this is just all a little part of his plan, all
Yeah.
little stepping stones. So
Yeah, that's the only match listed for Full Gear as of right now. Because I foresee at some point, like when I seen that stuff started happening, whenever MJF came out and he was kind of conflicted, and then he went back to backstage, and then came back out and ran out and started jumping. And it's just I immediately got in my head like, oh, okay, well it's a tag team match against we're getting a tag team match at some point in the next couple weeks of Moxley
which
and
could
MJF,
happen.
Moxley and
Right?
MJF versus somebody in two people in the firm or something like that.
Yep. I mean, which could happen.
Yeah,
That's just obviously adding layers to the
yeah.
story. So
And that, I could see that happening, like that either being 1 or 2 weeks out from the pay per view, so that either it's the week before, and that's when we get the MJF, the turn, he's still with the firm, or something happened the week before where they actually do the match, actually win the match,
yep,
and then something happens the week after, leading into the pay per view.
yep.
I could see it going one of those two ways, personally. So that's what I took away from Dynamite last night. Big thing I took. Dustin, you got anything?
Nah, fam. I'm just kind of sad right now.
Why are you sad? Oh my gosh, I'm fucking.
The fucking Ravens are playing Kenyon Drake and
Oh
not
my
Gus
God.
Edwards.
Oh my god. Bruh.
Welcome to Road Club Sport Talk. I think we hit
Right?
that.
Big sad.
I think we hit that earlier in the week too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Then the other thing that I seen, surprisingly from NXT guys, we getting Dominic back, the good Dominic, Dijakovic.
Yeah, Dijakovic.
Yeah.
So there was, I don't know if it was this week or last week. I'm trying to think, when did I not watch? It was probably this week. They had a thing for Dijak where he was burning his T-bar mask.
Yeah.
But there was also something that was going on where it was one of their fucking call the police
Yeah.
type things, and
Yeah.
they give you the script.
I-
And the
so-
dude's name was Scripps.
Yeah, so that's what I seen, and somebody posted on Twitter and was, I guess, confused and was like, "Oh, what the hell is this all about?"
Right.
And then, because if you listen to the thing, and it makes sense, obviously, and it obviously is. You see the mask and everything, and everybody knows who it is. But part of the audio message was, it was something like, "Hear with your mouth, talk with your ears," or something like that. And it basically sums down to, and then because somebody commented below, like one of the first comments was after was like, "Sounds like you need to feast your eyes."
Guys, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" I didn't, when I first seen him, I was like, "Okay, this guy just looks like a knockoff Test," because he had like the shorts gear and all that, and he's just big, tall dude. I was like, "Okay, we just got a knockoff Test," and then you watch that dude fucking wrestle, and that dude is not knockoff Test at all.
Yeah. Yeah, his feud with Keith Lee
Yeah,
is pretty
Top
much
tier.
what made him. And then afterwards, it was just like it went downhill.
oh yeah, they
Immediately after.
hurt his career so much with putting him in
Yeah.
Retribution, and that could have been such a cool thing. But the Mace and T-Bar and all the
Slapjack.
yeah, that didn't help either.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what was Mia Yim's name.
Reckoning.
Yeah,
Reckoning. Yeah.
no,
So
that was rough.
we'll see.
Down.
It's cool. He's gonna go back to NXT, which obviously is just gonna end up helping him out. I don't know how they're gonna use him though. He's not gonna be NXT champion, let's say. I don't think that's gonna happen, but
I think
it'll be interesting to see.
I have faith.
He could. He could. It's like, who do they want to baton pass, right, from Braun Breaker?
Yeah,
It was pretty close with, I feel like, Ilya Dragunov and JD Madonna or Tyler Bate. Like, I feel like he was really close with those guys. But now he's basically beat everybody. So maybe Dijakovic is going to be his next opponent.
because
That
he
we don't
comes
know.
he comes back as a like almost NXT original from the black and gold and all that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
coming into the white and gold and being like, Oh, this is the NXT I remember. These new people or whatever.
Yeah.
And just fucking beat the fuck out of everybody to do it. I like it. Because
Yeah.
Braun Breaker, he's going to the main roster at some point soon. So
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
I think also with I feel like they could do that finally with Mandy again. I think so. I feel like with
I feel
their
like we say this every time something in NXT happens, and we're wrong every time.
well, I think they were waiting for her to break that 1 year mark or
Oh,
whatever it was, and she just broke that. I think on Tuesday.
so
Like
who's
she's the longest reigning
she is the longest
NXT,
reigning?
yes,
Okay.
NXT Women's Champion. Because I'm like, okay, how where are they gonna pivot? Because they need to pivot already. She's had it too long. She hasn't been defending it well. She's not a really good wrestler. Um,
Yeah,
she's
you let
got
me know every week.
yeah, because she's fucking trash. Um, and then you can use just toxic attraction up on the main roster because they just put the tag belts on Zoe Stark again with Nikita Lyons. So they've got that going.
They restarted
Um,
that match and then
yeah.
yeah.
Um, Cora, Jade, and Roxanne Perez finished their feud, I feel like, at Halloween Havoc. So I feel like this would be the time for Roxanne Perez to finally beat Mandy Rose and be new champion and let her be the face
Isn't that
of
who?
NXT.
Isn't that who Rhea just beat on NXT?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was because of the pick your poison stuff, so that shit doesn't count really. Really it doesn't count.
Um, how long has Braun Breaker been the champion?
Longest time.
Um he has been champion for a while. That's why I've been trying to figure out who would I want to make the new face of NXT if they decide to bring up Braun Breaker.
Gonna be Blake's boy Grayson Waller, you know?
He just lost to Apollo Crews, so
Oh,
Tony D'Angelo's hurt. Um, I think Carmelo Hayes is gonna go up to the main roster, so he's not gonna even have the opportunity to be champion, which kind of sucks. But
Yeah, he's
he
really good.
was he was North American champion for a while, and he's just really good. So it'd be
trying
Well,
about
to.
they're
time.
Wesley got at least Wesley. They're doing something with Wesley now.
Yeah, with Triple H coming over and taking over, I was kind of really hoping that they were going to bring back uh, Nash Carter
Yeah.
and make MSK a thing again because I know that they didn't believe any of that bullshit that was going on
Yeah.
that got him fired in the first place. But I did not sure why they decided not to bring him back.
So Braun Breaker, I don't know when this was updated. Doesn't say when. But as of this thing, it just says that he's Braun's had it for 202 plus.
Okay.
So he's still a good ways off from Cole's record. Because Cole's record is technically listed at 403 due to tape delays. It's actually like 396, but I guess it got pushed out for a tape delay
Is
or something.
that a consecutive one run?
Yes, that is
Or
one run, not combined.
okay,
Yeah. So that's why, because combined Finn Balor is number one at
yeah,
504 days through two runs.
right.
Um, Champa had 350 combined for his two title runs. Braun's at 265 for his combined because he's had two
Okay,
title.
right.
Apparently, I guess he won it, lost it, and then.
Yeah, he lost it to Ziggler.
Oh,
Remember?
okay, yeah, that's right. And Ziggler held it for 27 days.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah. So he joins the elite company of Bobby Roode, Bo Dallas, Adrian Neville. It's a name you ain't heard in a while. Tommaso Ciampa, Adam Cole, and Finn Balor as people to hold the title for over 200 days.
Nice. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I was curious about if he was getting close to Cole at all, and he's not
Nah.
currently, at least. So
I don't know if they actually want to break that. To
I
be
fucking
honest,
hope not.
I don't know if what their goal is for longevity wise for their stars in NXT. If they're big names, what their goal is to shoot them up to the main roster as soon as possible or as fast as possible, really. But again, yeah, it's like I'm trying to think like easily you can decide on the women's side. I feel like Roxanne Perez is
Yeah.
going to be the new face.
Yeah.
But for the men's side,
No, it's The Rock's daughter, dude.
bruh, that's also something, right? Ava Rain, she's joined Dustin's group, the Schism, the Foreskin, or whatever you're calling it
Oof.
these days, Dustin.
Someone said they missed an opportunity to put her and Elba Fire together, have Rain and Fire.
That would be cool, actually. I hate that they changed her name to Alba Fire, but I mean, if they got Ava Rain right now, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it could still happen. I don't know though. Really,
I saw
Alba
another
Fire.
fucking TikTok. They're like, why didn't they just shoot her to the main roster feud with the Flair and all this? I'm like, because she's not fucking ready. That's
Yeah, yeah.
why.
So I guess we'll see what comes of that. But in other news, that I'm a little disappointed that you didn't bring up about the whole any updates on the brawl out situation.
Oh, yeah.
We got
I seen the little thing.
the leader back.
What?
They're back. They're back in a
Oh.
backstage capacity.
Yeah,
They were there yesterday.
I
right?
see. No, I see the thing that I guess it played during Dynamite too, but I seen
Yep.
it. I seen it on social media. The video of it showing moments of the elite and then them like phasing out, which I didn't really understand. But
They're gonna.
so are they
play it
back
out.
as EVPs?
I don't know if they've kept their titles, likely, because that news hasn't been disclosed, at least, if they've been removed of their positions as EVPs. But they were backstage yesterday. It's funny because they air that video package of them being essentially erased from AEW history and being dusted by
Yeah.
Thanos.
That's what I kind of took from it.
But it was also CM Punk's birthday yesterday, so
Yikes, dude.
Oof. Petty level at 100 there, I guess. But
real quick, addendum to what we said earlier. Mandy Rose is in fact not the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion.
Really,
she is currently the third longest reigning NXT Champion. Women's champion.
Asuka is Asuka number one.
Asuka has the days recognized by because there's days and then days recognized. So if we go by days recognized, because that's what's in the rule book or the record book or whatever.
Yeah.
Asuka has 522 days.
Oh, she's
damn.
that.
Yeah.
Ain't touching
And then
Shayna Baszler.
second longest is in fact Shayna Baszler at 416.
Yeah. That's what I
So
thought.
Mandy is close to that because they have Mandy at 365 plus. So
she just passed somebody.
let's see. Paige had it for okay, so Paige's first initial run was 308 days. Days recognized 273. Bailey was at 223. Charlotte was at 258. Io was at 304.
Okay.
Io is the next closest to her at 304. Raquel had it for 200 days.
Yeah, they didn't do her any.
Yeah.
They made her champion so that Vince could take her faster.
Yeah. And that's what's crazy is Rhea only had it for 108 days recognized.
Yeah, because I feel like she wasn't there
Yeah.
that long.
Sasha had it for 191 in 2015 for her run. Shayna, the 416, that was Shayna's second run with the title. Her first run was only 132 days. So if you look at their combined reigns, Shayna has beat Asuka, 548 to Asuka's 522, and then Mandy Rose is still third with 365. So that might be what it is Mandy just passed Charlotte for combined reigns.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Charlotte had two reigns that combined for 331 combined day or recognized by WWE 321. So that could be what it is that she just passed. She just passed Charlotte a month ago, ish.
Whatever.
So yeah.
It don't matter. But back to the Elite. They were backstage yesterday. It was reported by Fightful that they were, which kind of leads to believe that, right, the investigation's over.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And they're starting to figure out what they want to do next and plan. Meltzer had tweeted before we went live that he had a big story to break tonight. It hasn't broke yet. It's probably going to come out after we finish recording, like always.
As soon as we hit the button and fucking I'm in the middle of posting this shit and he's gonna fucking drop it.
I have a feeling it could potentially be about Punk and his buyout of his contract. And then obviously what they would probably be trying to figure out is all the little things, right? His merchandise deal, essentially.
Video game.
Because of the video game, the action figures, the T-shirts, obviously. So,
I mean, that whenever we talked about pro wrestling tees, I don't know if that was last Thursday. I think it was in that episode that we recorded. I think we talked about pro wrestling tees. When I opened the website to look at the sale thing you were talking about, I mean, he was front page, just like center page right there on the front.
Yep. So, it's likely what's going to happen. Somebody brought up today, or I think they were talking about this week, another side again about the whole fighting situation. Somebody within Punk's group or camp, they said that Larry got hit during the whole fight situation when they kicked in his door. It hit Larry in the face and loosened up some teeth, and they had
Wasn't also
what
what the initial reports is Kidney was trying to get the dog out of the room.
Yeah, so
trying to take care of the dog.
Yeah, so I don't know.
So hypothetical situation, just something to talk about. Obviously, looking like I mean, it's pretty evident at this point that dog behind Dustin fucking caught me off guard and scared me a little bit. I was like, oh shit, Dustin's gonna die. Because his head just perfectly came in where the camera picked him up.
Yeah.
So obviously, the Elite are back at AAW on TV or not. They're back at least backstage.
Yep.
Punk's gone, pretty much.
Likely, yes.
Is there any situation or any world where that is reversed, where they keep Punk and let go of the Elite?
No.
Like even if it's recorded and the world has seen it of them kicking in the door, fucking Larry getting smashed in the face, them walking in, fucking hitting Punk with fucking a chair and super kicking his ass for real.
I mean, if they had visual evidence,
fucking Kenny's over here biting Ace Steel, whatever the fuck his name is and shit.
If they had visual proof, then
yeah,
I think yes. But with I think whatever the investigation was,
I think either way it would have been either the Elite come back and Punk's gone, or everybody's gone and Punk doesn't come back.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those. It would have been one of those too.
Yeah, I think that.
And that's what I've seen people, obviously, because this is getting started back up because the Elite are coming back. But I've seen people on just Twitter and just whatever that are like, just it's funny the sides people take on these situations, and it's just I lost my train of thought as I was going into that sentence. There was something in particular that I seen that I was like, you guys are so dumb, and I can't remember what it was. If I remember it, I'll bring it back up.
Well, it's like, if we think about it, right, it's like...
Oh, it was kind of like how people were talking about how the people that were against the Bucks and the Elite or whatever in this situation. And it was like, no, guy, like, Punk started all of this. I mean, obviously, there's the stuff that trickled before with Heyman and, you know, the stuff that happened on TV, you know, the unscripted people going off script and all that. There's obviously that side of things. But when it comes to Brawl Out, that's 100% on Punk, in my opinion. Yeah. Because if it would have, and I don't think, there's one simple thing that would have changed it to where it wouldn't be all on Punk. And that is if a reporter in the front of them asked a question about Colt Cabana.
Right.
But that media scrum starting and Punk's just already in the middle of a rant, basically. Like where there was, because I remember watching that. I've already mentioned on this show, and I mentioned to you guys. Whenever I started watching that media scrum, because we were on our way back from Chicago when I started watching it, I had to rewind it because I was like, did I miss something? Like, did I miss a question that wasn't that was a question asked before they went, actually swapped it over to go live and all that kind of stuff. I thought I missed something because Punk literally, camera comes on and Punk just goes, and on his rant, and it's like, okay, I mean, if he would have not done that and handled all of that stuff, backstage or however you want to handle it, all of this could have been avoided. But, and I mean, a lot of people are putting the blame on Tony, saying he should, once Punk started, he should have just stopped it and just ended the media scrum there and just said, all right, we'll pick this up later or whatever.
And he probably could have, and I just feel like
But
I think it went too far, too fast.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that before Tony could react, he's already fucking neck deep in the waters.
Yep.
And then even at that point, if he's like, if Tony goes, oh, okay, that's enough, we'll pick this up later, we'll see you guys, whatever. I mean, what are the chances Punk would have been like, no, fuck that, hold on a minute, and then kept going.
He probably would have.
Oh, he probably would have done that.
Yeah, so,
just because that's who he is as a person.
Exactly. So it's like, yeah, Tony could have stopped it. Yeah, it's his company, he's the CEO or whatever, but, I mean, at the same time, it's like...
Punk would have done what Punk wanted,
Yeah.
regardless.
Yep.
Yeah. So
and
little to be done.
That's the shitty thing, right? It's like, dude, you literally had 1 year.
Yeah.
People have been chanting your fucking name for years, and this is what we get.
For 7 years. This is all that people wanted.
And all people wanted literally could have went down if this would have played out perfectly. That could have went down as one of, if not the best return in professional wrestling ever.
Yep.
Like, I mean, I don't know the ones that would even get close to topping it. Maybe Shawn Michaels coming back, maybe. But as far as returns, I'm trying to think of just returns. Because, I mean, the memorable returns I think of is when Triple H came back after his quad injury. When he came back in the fucking jean jacket and was fucking shredded out of his mind.
Yeah,
it's
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, that sticks out to me. But again, he was gone because of an injury. He was gone a few months and then came back. This was a completely different thing. Like, this could have been the biggest return in professional wrestling where, 50 years from now, people are talking, how you got people now talking about shit that happened at WrestleMania 1, WrestleMania 5 or whatever. And it's like...
Yeah,
like Joey, who's there.
Exactly. This could have been like 50 years from now when we're fucking 80 talking about wrestling. Like, oh, you guys remember when fucking CM Punk came back to AEW and bought fucking ice cream bars for people?
Yep.
Like... And it just literally, he made it a year and fucking just shit it away. And it's like, dude, this is so crazy. It sucks. Because, I mean, even going into All Out, like, obviously Adam went with his CM Punk shirt and all that. And it's like, one, we're in fucking Chicago, dude. Okay. This is fucking CM Punk. Okay. And then two, it's like, everybody loves CM. I mean, not everybody. Not everybody loves CM Punk. I won't go that far. But, again, just seeing CM Punk wrestle again after how many 7 years he was gone or whatever it was, it's like, it's just such a cool fucking thing to do it. And he just gets pissed at one little fucking, obviously it's not one thing that happened, but just goes on a fucking tirade and shit, then it's all gone.
Right. It's like, especially for shit that went down years and years and years and years ago, it's like, at that point, you should just been like, yeah, I just don't give a shit. Like,
exactly.
Right? It's like, you shouldn't care this much about petty shit that you took care of years ago.
I'm going to say something, and it's going to come off as a shot, and if we ever do fucking make it, I'm sure this clip is going to be brought up sometime. If we do make it and we're interviewing some wrestler or some shit, it's going to get brought up. But when you're CM Punk in Chicago, headlining one of their AEW's biggest shows, we're talking about, they're talking about $1 million gates and all these things. What, you just beat one of the most, best, most over wrestlers going right now with Moxley, and that's who he faced it all out, wasn't it? Yeah, he beat Moxley. Yeah, because Moxley was going on vacation.
Yeah.
And you did all of this, and it's fucking, you're on your fucking climb. Summer Punk's back and all this kind of shit. It's like, and then you just get that upset over Colt fucking Cabana. Like, all of that. Like, you are on top of the fucking wrestling world right now, and you go on a rant and ruin it all for Colt Cabana.
Yep.
No personal shot taken at Colt Cabana. I don't know a lot about Colt Cabana's work. Don't know him from Ring of Honor. Most of Colt Cabana I've seen is him in Dark Order. But you literally ruined it all for Colt Cabana. And I mean, I get it. You're upset with the Elite and Hangman and all that. But at that point, handle that with them separately. You know, that's business compared to the personal with Colt.
Yep.
And then you just mixed it all together and just got pissed and fucking blew up, man.
Yep.
It's like literally, like I said, possibly the greatest return in professional wrestling ruined because he got mad about Colt Cabana.
2 title reigns, probably what lasted a week total.
Fuck, I've looked up other title reigns. Let's fucking look this one up too.
For AJ might know top of this.
So he beat Hangman, had it probably maybe a month, and then he got hurt with a foot injury. And then his second title reign was 12 hours.
So, you guys, I want you guys to take an actual guess. 2 title reigns. So, 2 title reigns. Give me a guess at a number for his combined reigns.
13 days.
Dustin, you're way fucking off.
I'd probably say I want to say 33 days.
Okay, both you guys are fucking wrong. CM Punk, and it's funny because the 5 people have apparently held the title. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
5 people have held the title. Only 2 people have had more than 1 reign. CM Punk being one of them. Obviously, Jon Moxley being the other.
Yep.
Kenny Omega being the longest reigning AEW champion.
Yep.
CM Punk's combined total reigns coming in at a whopping 90 days.
Okay.
He held the first one May 29, 2022. He said he held it for 87 days because they made the interim champion. So he was still technically champion.
Okay.
Well, that shit shouldn't count.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. So that they counted him as 87 days for his first title reign. His second title reign was 3 days.
And Rosa's title reign is going to be hella long.
Who?
Thunder Rosa, if they're counting the interim shit.
Oh, yeah, true.
yeah.
Yeah. So, since there's only 5 of these champions, Kenny's held it for 346. Moxley's held it for 324 through 3 reigns, obviously. Hangman held it for 197, Jericho for 182, and then Punk for 90 through 2 reigns. So, yeah.
Oh well.
What a bit.
From one nuclear person to another, Tessa Blanchard. Little update for her.
Real quick, Thunder Rosa's currently at 225 plus because they're still counting her days too.
Bitch. Where was that? Tessa Blanchard. So she's only been wrestling a couple matches here and there. The reasoning for it is because she's going back to school. So, going back to school for
Prove to Dad she's not a fool.
Sure. Not wrestling school, at least. Should be killing people there too.
Oh, is she going back to actual school?
Yes, actual school. Okay. Actual school. So, there's that. Discovery, Warner Media Discovery, pushing AEW to fall under the sports category of their programming and not entertainment.
Uh-oh.
So, obviously, Discovery's been actually really, really happy with AEW. And everything that they're doing, their ratings, everything like that. The special programming that they do for their shows and the partnerships that they do, like the Winter is Coming, the House of Dragon stuff that they did earlier in the year. They're very happy with everything that they're able to produce. As obviously Discovery was cutting a lot of TV shows and scripted programming, they said. They didn't consider AEW as scripted programming for entertainment purposes, but for a sports broadcast.
That makes no sense.
It's whatever. It's the loophole. Here's the thing: Discovery and the Turner Media and everything like that, they've got they have wrestling, they've got basketball, they've got hockey, and then they've got playoff baseball.
Hmm.
So they kind of have to figure out, right? It's like, okay, how in this new deal that they figure out and whatever it's going to come from it, they have to figure out how they can allocate time
Yeah.
for AEW properly. So I
Which
guess we're gonna have to wait.
all of this should have happened 3 years ago
Yeah, essentially.
because they knew. I mean, obviously TNT knows they have basketball for sure.
Right.
They've had
Yeah.
basketball forever. I think the hockey acquisition is
It's new.
recent.
It's very new. Yeah.
I don't know how
Uh,
the playoff baseball, how new that is. I
uh,
don't think it's very new.
no, it's been like this forever.
Yeah.
TBS has had playoff baseball
Yeah. So, I mean,
for
when you have
National League.
these things, and especially with those three sports are the most unpredictable on
Yep.
fucking scheduling and shit, and it's like, nah, I don't know.
Well,
I get
granted, 3 years ago, right, it was still Warner Media.
true.
So obviously, what they're thinking is just the money and the revenue that's
Yeah.
coming in. Discovery, who's now kind of rewriting the entire book on
Yeah.
how they do business with the company, or their new assets, I should say. Now they got to figure out a more viable solution.
Yeah. And you also have to be careful because this could fall into a thing that that gets talked about in football a lot. Whenever a new GM and a new coach gets hired in, and they have, they're dealing with players that were just drafted a year, 2 years beforehand, and they're like,
Yep.
"Oh, I didn't draft this person. I don't fucking want them. Fucking
Right.
kick them to the curb, trade them, whatever." It literally just happened with Kadarius Toney from the Jets to the or from the Giants to the Chiefs.
Yep.
It's like you got to hopefully that doesn't happen where it's like these people. I mean, obviously, I think AEW has been successful enough that they shouldn't look at it like that. Where it's like,
Oh yeah. And that's, because they've been successful, Discovery is like, we like what they're
yeah,
doing. We got to figure out how we can keep making this grow this part
yeah,
of this division, right? So
and
we'll
then
see what comes.
you also have the problem of so it's not only worrying about this other stuff that you broadcast on your channel, like worrying about baseball, hockey, basketball scheduling, but you also have to worry about because wrestling and AEW that's such a specific niche kind of group of thing. Got to be careful because Mondays are, I mean, do you want to go up against Raw? You want to do because I mean, the first time you fucking put that show on Monday, oh Monday Night Wars are back,
Right.
and it's like so you got to be careful about the days you fucking
Yep.
put it on too. So and then you know that we record on Thursdays, so you can't put it on Thursday. Can't put Dynamite on Thursdays. So
Yep.
you know.
Yep. Let's see.
It's interesting. That's the thing is like they're like you said they're rewriting the book on how they're doing their business. It's like have they ever dealt with the wrestling company before on how to not only worry about what you have but what other people have too.
Yeah, that's true. That's obviously one aspect of it, and then pretty much I think that could be really beneficial, right? And we've already talked about this before, but they have their own streaming app.
Yeah,
I'm not saying put their live television shows on it, but the entire catalog of all their stuff.
yeah,
You want to make it more accessible to your audience as
yeah.
well.
I mean, because
Um,
putting ROH tapes on there, old ROH stuff, old
yep.
just old wrestling stuff that Tony's got now, and then also, I mean, do it where some kind of thing where it's like I mean, you could do it like a Hulu thing where it's like, okay, Dynamite's on Wednesday night, Thursday it's on the streaming
Yep.
service, or do it like where it's a week behind or something like that.
Yep. Yeah.
I think
Uh,
those could work where hey, it's live on TBS on Wednesdays, but Thursday it'll be on the streaming service.
yeah. So we'll see. We still haven't seen the merger of the apps yet, so
What
hopefully
are the
when they
what
finally
what are the
iron
two
those out,
apps? Is it Discover? Is it just
it's
Discovery Plus and HBO Max?
yep, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Hopefully they fucking fix the HBO. Hey,
I
wrestling
think
is wrestling aside, fucking fix the HBO Max app. That thing fucking sucks on everything. My phone, my Chromecast, my Roku, everything. That fucking app sucks so bad.
I think that's the one that's going away. I think they're moving everything to Discovery.
And Discovery was fucking down for like forever when we're trying to watch Ghost Adventures, and that the whole thing. People on Twitter were like, "We pay this much money for this shit, and it's down." It was down for like.
Isn't Discovery one of the cheaper ones?
I think
It's
so.
like yeah, it's like $4.99 or $5.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it's like
Shut
I mean,
the
it's not
fuck
much.
up.
Yeah,
You fucking played it. We pay all this money. It's like, bitch, it's $5. Come on.
$5. I mean, yeah, that's what I pay for, so you know it's fucking cheap. So you know.
All right. The Kingdom and Josh Woods. Fightful was able to confirm that they signed multi-year deals with AEW. They're likely going to be part of the Ring of Honor brand as well. But we got the first taste of the Kingdom at the Toronto show. Josh Woods has been doing things on the regular with AEW. He's paired with Smart Mark Sterling and Tony Nese. So they're probably going to be a tag team now. But Matt Taven has his first taste of AEW match with Wardlow. Rampage tomorrow, so
Yikes.
we'll see where that comes out of that. Let's see, what do we got? Crazy Nikki Cross is back on Monday night, so that's gonna be pretty cool. See what she's gonna be doing.
Finally.
Maybe she's gonna start her own Sanity faction. Let's say. Who knows?
Bro, I missed the Sanity music. They had some good fucking entrance music.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I really liked it too.
I fucking like Sanity also, and they fucking ruined that.
I did too. Yeah. Vince ruined that.
Yeah. Obviously. Figures.
Yeah. So we'll see. She came back. She dropped the almost a superhero gimmick, and she beat up everybody. She beat up all of Damage Control and Bianca. So we'll see what comes from that next week. Idea of Charlotte coming back. Some people are saying that it's going to be sooner rather than later. We haven't seen Charlotte since WrestleMania Backlash, I think, when she dropped the belt to Ronda. Here's the shitty thing.
Charlotte's coming back.
Yes. But what if she's going to be linked with the OC to deal with the Rhea situation?
I seen that. I seen something similar to that. What was the Phenomenal Flair? Was her and AJ's tag name in the mixed match challenge or whatever it was? I did see
Somebody said something about Brandy Rhodes.
It should
being
have.
I'm sorry. What the fuck did you just say? You said Brandy Rhodes in the OC?
How
does that make any Rhea?
I just saw it somewhere, dude. I don't know.
Okay, first off, stop following those fucking lunatic Facebook pages you fucking follow, because I see some of the shit you comment on.
Yeah,
and those people are batshit fucking crazy.
Yeah, we all see that shit.
Number one. Number two. If there is no sane person on this planet that's gonna look at Rhea Ripley versus Brandy Rhodes and be like, yeah, Brandy's got a chance.
Yeah, this is a bar burner.
Yeah,
I think they said she has some affiliation with Bullet Club at some point, and that's the only reason.
Cody did.
Cody.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was saying that's what
Cody did.
She had affiliation with Bullet Club through Cody.
Yeah.
I mean, did she even have her own Bullet Club shirt?
No.
She wasn't ever in Bullet Club. Yeah. Everybody gets a Bullet Club shirt.
Even Blake does.
That's Stephen Amell got a Bullet Club shirt. Okay,
he did.
So
Vigilante Club.
So if Stephen Amell's if he's gonna get one, at least somebody in wrestling whose husband is an actual member, not only of Bullet Club but of the Elite at that time. And
yeah,
she has ties to Cody. So when Cody comes back, if he gets in a mixed some kind of mixed thing, that's when Brandy should come in.
And I saw an Adam Brown post of should be Liv Morgan, but
she's stupid right now. She's crazy right now. So it's not gonna be her. It's either gonna be, hopefully, it could be Asuka.
Okay.
It could be Alexa. What if they did a swap and Shayna's on Raw now? Could be Shayna.
I'm cool with any of those. The only way I want it to be Liv is if they're planning a Bray faction, and right now they have Liv as an idea for that. I would rather her be in the OC than in a faction with Bray. That's the only way. Sorry, Carl. Sorry, Luke. Sorry, AJ. Fucking. But what Bray's got going is cooler than what you guys got going. Fucking wrestling Dominic every week. So
True.
I would rather see the cool shit Bray's gonna do without Liv.
The only thing about if it being Charlotte, then they just put all of the,
Everybody's on Raw,
everybody's on Raw.
which they shouldn't have put Bayley on Raw to begin with. But
That I agree with that. But then again, we get Charlotte back on SmackDown. It's like, okay, everybody else on SmackDown that I like is gonna be out the window. So it's like,
I mean,
there's no win-win here. Really.
I literally can't name two other or one. I don't think I can name any other women on SmackDown other than Liv and Ronda.
Raquel.
Yep, I couldn't have done that.
Let's see.
Okay. Good job, guys.
Natalia.
I mean, you guys are fucking killing it with these names right now.
Is it BFAB, whatever her name is? If you want to count her.
Yeah, BFAB.
I mean,
Zelina Vega.
I mean, BFAB's probably the best one you've named so far.
Carmella will probably go back to Raw if she comes back.
Bro, fucking give Sasha the checkbook, okay? Give her the checkbook, give her a title, and fucking run with that.
Sasha could have been with the OC. I'd be okay with that.
I think they said the problem was she was wanting to keep her name, like, and use it for like other venues and have rights to it.
She should just use her regular name.
Yeah,
it's easier to do it that way. Then she's got to tie no money to WWE for it.
That's the thing that I would. That's the one that I like. Use it. I think she should use her name, and it's more of me being selfish for Sasha, because if you use your name Sasha Banks and like you go do a movie and use Sasha Banks, now WWE gets cut for something that they had nothing to do with. And It's like, no, just keep your regular name, go by Mercedes, and just call it a fucking day.
Yep.
You know, get the Dwayne The Rock Johnson, which I mean, it's harder to be Mercedes Sasha Banks. You know, whatever her last name. I can't pronounce her last name off the top of my head. Yeah. I mean, that's easier. I mean, that's harder or whatever, but it's just fucking don't do the Sasha thing. I mean, be Sasha in WWE, then be Mercedes outside of WWE.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, she's already changed all her socials to her real name, so.
Yep.
I mean, that doesn't.
She said it's not as marketable to use her real name. So that's what
I mean, yeah, that makes sense because she's famous as Sasha Banks. I mean, I understand what she's saying, but I'm trying to make more money.
Hey, she's Sasha. Like a fucking millionaire. She can cry about her not being marketable.
Because doesn't
make herself marketable.
Still make money off John Cena's name? Because don't they have the rights to his fucking real name?
Yeah,
probably.
He said, "I don't give a fuck."
That's why he's got to go by John Cena Jr.
Yeah. This is John Cena's younger brother.
Yeah. And then lastly,
Elias. I don't know if we talked about that last week.
No, we didn't. But yeah, Elias. He's been back for a couple weeks now. Just cool. It's whatever. Yeah. He's gonna be in another makeshift tag team with Riddle, likely.
No.
Which is gonna be fucking weird.
Stop putting Riddle in tag teams.
It's because they don't know what to do with him, unfortunately.
Let him kick people's ass, okay?
Well, they do. The problem is...
I know the problem.
He can't fight Roman right now.
Yeah.
And they can't give him another title because they just gave it to Rollins. Yeah. And they've been in a feud for, like, fucking forever, it feels like. So it's like you can't do anything with him.
It's not only that, it's also that I feel like they don't know what to do with his personality, where when because he is literally, he's a fucking coin at one. That's the easiest way to describe him. In the ring, he's one side. He's this fucking MMA badass that's gonna beat the fuck out of you and kick your fucking head in. And then the fucking bell rings, and he's this fucking lovable, happy-go-lucky, wants to play the bongos stoner, and it's like. They don't know, because normally with their people that want to kick people's heads in, they're fucking badasses on and off the camera, you know what I mean? So, like, their character's badass no matter what. So, Riddle's just fucking flip-flop, and it's kind of hard to know what to do with him.
Yeah. That's why Adam likes him so much.
Yeah, it goes from badass to the ring turns into Adam. So.
But yeah, it's
Um,
And he
and then
wears flip flops.
lastly,
I mean,
they're getting rid of Hell in a Cell premium live event. It's already done. It's happened.
nice.
It's off the
good.
calendar. They're gonna keep the stipulation as a match, but
Okay,
they won't
that's
have
a
a
pay per view
themed.
dedicated to it.
Yeah, it won't
Okay,
be
so
because
that's
the calendar we have to do a Hell in a
yeah.
Cell.
So
Hell in
that's
a Cell would be used now to finish feuds, hopefully.
one down, 7 more to go.
Yep.
What we got? Extreme Rules,
Chamber.
TLC.
Money in the Bank.
Yep,
They
Money in
should
the Bank.
just
Well,
they should put that back to WrestleMania, I feel
Yeah.
like. It was much better at WrestleMania than it being. Granted,
I agree.
you can have a match for each brand,
Yeah,
but now we saw it last year, right? Where like SmackDown's roster for the Money in the Bank, it's like, well, Jesus, like
yeah,
who are you gonna give it to?
yeah.
You've got fucking Sheamus, and then you had like five of the B level guys in
Yeah.
that match.
It's I do feel like Money in the Bank is more of, and honestly I think I know the reason why. Those multi-person matches, like even Elimination Chamber, I feel like I think last time we talked about this, you guys kind of disagreed with me, but Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, I feel like those are more of a special event.
Yeah.
So they work better as the gimmick matches because it's a event that one a lot of times you're trying to work your way into it or something like
Right.
that. It's something like you're trying to get there for an opportunity. Elimination Chamber, you get a
Yeah.
championship match. Money in the Bank, you get the contract. But when you have these ones like Elimination, not elimination, but like Extreme Rules, Hell in the Cell, TLC, those things that for the history of their life, those matches have been, like you said, to end feuds. Like, oh, this
Right.
is so this they're fighting all over the place. We need to put this in a fucking cage, with the top on it so they can't escape. That's what this is. Oh, these people beat the hell out of each other so much. Let's put them in a fucking Extreme Rules match. Nothing fucking counts. Let them beat the hell out of each other. Those kinds of things. It that was better than, oh well, like you said, oh it's October, time for Hell in a Cell. It's
Yeah.
December, time for TLC or whatever.
Well, I mean, the same thing could be said for those other matches too, right? Like, I liked when the Elimination Chamber was part of Survivor Series back in
Yeah,
the day, or SummerSlam back in the day, or whatever pay-per-view that they did had it at before they made it its own individual show.
yeah,
It's like, yeah, and I understand you could fight for those spots, which also makes sense too.
yeah,
But if you space out your shows, right, then you can build your stories better.
yeah.
Where you can have those blow off elimination chamber, let's say
Exactly. Yeah,
at I don't know if they brought back Bad Blood, let's say, or
yeah.
whatever, right? You can then blow it off there.
But I think that's better for, like you said, like Hell in a Cell. Like we don't have to force a feud into a Hell in a Cell match now. It's
Right.
we build a feud. It's not forcing it into it. You build to it, and it just
Right.
I think that the product just is better overall from that.
Right.
You're gonna get better feuds. You're gonna get better stories. You're gonna get better conclusions to those stories. Because a lot of times you end up in a fucking Hell in a Cell match, and then 2 months later you're in a TLC match against the same person because
Right.
the feud hasn't went anywhere.
Right.
So yeah, I think it should be those blood feuds. Like Cody and Rollins whenever they had their match. That seemed like that should have been hyped up to go into a Hell in a Cell, and like
That
that seemed
one,
like it fit.
right? That was fortunate for them.
Yeah,
It's just because just of how right they set up their
yeah,
schedule that it ended up working in their favor,
yeah,
where they fought first at WrestleMania, then at WrestleMania Backlash, and then they ended up at Hell in a Cell because it just happened to fall,
yeah.
and then
But then
ended their feud.
honestly, you could have, if you just save Hell in a Cell as a attraction match, not a pay per view,
Yeah.
theme.
Oh yeah.
Then they honestly, you could also probably extend that feud out some. Spread their matches that they had out, where it's not just boom, 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 3 pay per views in a row. We have the same match. It's
Right.
okay. Cody's doing now. Okay, now replace Hell in a Cell with some other pay per view, and then, or I'd probably say replace at Backlash. So they fight at Mania. Cody wins. They go to Backlash. Cody moves on, but then Rollins interferes, something like that. Blah blah. It just extends the feud out longer, and don't
Yeah.
have to have a blowout 3 pay per views in a row. Yeah, like I said, I think that's better for just the product in general. So that's you said that one's gone for sure. It's already gone.
Yep. Yeah, they confirmed it actually today or this week that it's been removed from the calendar. I know that's stuff that Triple H wanted to do was start removing a lot of those gimmick pay-per-view or premium live events, and then doing more out of the country shows. So I think they just announced one recently that a show is gonna
There's a
be
pay-per-view in London or something, isn't it?
is it London or
It might not
Canada?
be.
They just announced some very recently. Dustin, you should know.
He fell asleep in that meeting.
Probably. Or he was in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I don't think this is gonna give me what I wanted. Clash at the Crown Jewel. No, this isn't what I wanted. Oh,
Well,
is
one
this
of
it?
their
Where
shows.
is that? Where Elimination Chamber? No, that was this year. Where Elimination Chamber was in Saudi, right? Yeah, that was
Yeah, that was
2022. 2020. Oh, here it is. Elimination Chamber, Montreal.
that's what it was.
Yeah,
Announced for Montreal. So
bro, the new cage does look better than the. Man, it looks more slim than the other one. They just had a picture on this random website. I say random websites, fucking CBS Sports.
bruh.
This fucking no name website, you know.
Well, yeah.
But hey, looks
That's-
like some good moves all around. Unfortunate for CM Punk, obviously, but might get MJF as champion finally. Elite coming back. WWE's making the right moves with removing dumb gimmick pay-per-views. Also, obviously, WWE's making a lot of moves, giving people their names back, changing people back to old gimmicks that actually worked and had no reason to change them away from.
So you get the old fuck out of there and see good shit happen. So
Removing gimmick pay-per-views and add in. I wonder what they're gonna. I'm curious to see what they're gonna start adding as what pay-per-views they're gonna add. Are they gonna add new ones? Gonna bring back old ones? Great American Bash.
They're using that for NXT.
That is true. Damn it.
They're using Vengeance. But now
Armageddon Day or whatever.
they were
Armageddon.
calling it Vengeance Day.
Yeah, Vengeance
in
Day.
NXT.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd bring back old ones. I think they're just gonna space it out more.
Which also isn't a bad idea.
Yeah, just
Is
like
it
what AEW does, right?
true? Honestly, yeah.
They only do 4 a year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Until
WWE could do 4 of the big 4, the pillars, right?
yeah.
And then you could do another 4. So you
Yeah.
could do 8 or you could do 6.
And then you get,
Like-
the little ones like Battle of the Belts 97, where you didn't know the other 80 happened.
Yep.
I don't even know which one we're on now. Like, literally, I seen a thing and it was like, oh, yeah, Battle of the Belts 4. And I'm like, when the fuck did 3 happen? Like,
You weren't alive for that one.
I fucking guess not, dude. I was so confused. I was like, what is going on? But, yeah, should be fun. Good moves all around. Now, if we can just get back to 2 champions and 2 tag team champions, we might be fucking going places, you know what I mean?
Yep.
If they can figure out how to get out of that bullshit that Vince set up.
They're just gonna give it to Logan Paul.
According to Ronda Rousey, hey, the expert wrestling mind that is Ronda Rousey. Hilarious. Well, first off, I was wrong. They've been home for a few minutes and haven't came in here. So there's that.
Ooh.
I was surprised they've walked by the door, but they haven't peeked in yet. So that's funny. But I think that's. We got anything else for this episode?
As soon as you walk out that door, you're gonna get Superman punched.
Probably. They're both waiting on each side of the door
Yeah.
and fucking super kick me as I walk out. Yeah. Like, one.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get the Brandon Cutler spray and just.
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
The cold spray.
Yeah. I don't know how he fucking sprays that shit. Like, I feel like if I was those people, I'd stop fucking spraying me, dude. Okay, get the fuck away from me. Like, it's funny when he does it with the Bucks, then he just starts doing it. He's done it to somebody on their suit. I don't know if it was Don Callis or they put fucking on their suit, just the outside of their suit. Well, this dude is hilarious. Fucking moron, but he's hilarious. But like I said, I think that's all we got this week.
Yep.
You guys don't have anything else, Dustin?
No, I'm good, fam.
Give us a SmackDown spoiler for tomorrow.
I can't tell, dog. You know
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Tell us what's
Also,
happening on Impact.
we're fucking going to the moon, dude, okay? That's what we're fucking doing, okay? Don't fucking worry about it. The big news isn't CM Punk's buyout. It's that Impact's going live. They just fucking signed some crazy wrestling deal, and we're fucking taking over, okay? That's the fucking news.
Yeah, because Tony bought them, and then he's gonna sell the company for peanuts.
Hey, if that's the case, that's fine, because now if he did do that, now Bobby Fish is back under contract. Fucking let's get the fucking Undisputed back together. We're fucking back in business, boys.
Great.
I mean, quit giving Blake ideas now.
Hey man, we're all Motor City Machine Guns back in AEW. Let's fucking do it. I'm down. Let's do it. But like I said, I think that's all we got this week. We'll be back next week, maybe. I don't know. Next time. That's kind of hard to fucking determine when we're gonna post another video, because if somebody drops a trailer tomorrow, am I fucking recording something tomorrow? Who knows?
Never know. Probably won't have Joey.
See,
Never know. Make sure
until you know.
subscribe so you get the little bell so you get the little notifications. Also, we post on socials, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of those links in below whenever we do post a new episode of something. So yeah, make sure you follow all those things. And anything else? All right, well, we'll see you guys whenever fucking see you. All right, we're out.